It's not a good sign that all these buzzards are on the roof. An ominous sign. We are on the shorelines of Lake Weir. We're off to see the Ma Barker house that they floated across this lake when they moved it. Look at the trees in this place. Crazy. Whoa. Those things are just gigantic. So Lake Weir is 5,600 acres. We got to take a little cruise around the lake here. The Ma Barker house was donated by the original family that built it in 1930. And it's the place where the longest FBI shootout took place. The house was floated across Lake Weir and into its current resting place right now. And it's like a time capsule. This happened in 1935. It's full. The family left the inside of the house intact. All the antiques, all that stuff is still in the house. Kind of like a time capsule. So we are going to go back into the woods a little ways here and check it out. It's not a good sign that all these buzzards are on the roof.
Look at that. They're here for you, buddy.
It's kind of an ominous sign for sure. The house was built by a pretty affluent family in 1930. It's 2,100 square feet, 2-story, bathroom upstairs, bathroom downstairs. It's built during the Great Depression. And the siding has been replaced because, it's almost 100 years old. And some glass, of course, all the windows are pretty much shot out. And the inside is just all full of holes in the walls that have been basically puttied back up. Old. And some of the repairs look okay, some don't look okay. But yeah, let's get inside and check out all the cool antiques. Wow. The picture on the wall there is of the original builder, and he rented it to the Barkers in 1935 for $75 a month, which is considered a lot of money in those days. That's his wife right there, and she didn't want him to rent it out because all the belongings inside the house was furnished, and those were all her things. But it was it was a lake house. It was put on Lake Weir. They built it there originally. And it was just for them and their family to go enjoy. And then after the shootout, the family just kind of patched up the walls and repaired it. And they just, whenever they wanted to go to the lake, they would just go there and use the lake house. You can see, if you look closely, you'll see little imperfections in the wall. And they just basically mudded them up with some kind of plaster of the day in 1935 and painted back over the walls, and away they went. But all the original furniture is pretty much here. There were some repairs that were done to the downstairs bathroom, and there's a stove, a modern stove in the kitchen, and an air conditioner. It was actually pleasant in there. They put an air conditioner in the house, so keep everything from getting moldy. But yeah, check out all these original antiques. There's 4 bedrooms upstairs. There were so many bullets in this house. It's just, there is hardly a smooth spot anywhere on the walls. Wow. That's pretty cool. All cedar. And this is the room where Ma Barker was found dead. You can see the putty on the walls, all the bad repairs that were done. There's all bullet holes. This corner, the upstairs room in this corner, caught the most amount of gunfire. Cool ceiling lamp. Look at the chair with the holes in the back. So she was found dead on the floor. Her son had put a bulletproof vest over her face and upper body, and she was found right there on the floor, right in front of that closet door. That's where the FBI found her when they finally went in the room. And she was shot 3 times. And her son, Fred Barker, kept running back and forth from room to room. The place was completely surrounded. And he just dumped machine gun after machine gun out. It was said that there was so many shell casings on the floor. Between that and the glass, he couldn't hardly walk from slipping on all this stuff on the floor. I like how this room seems like really a step back into 1935. It's somewhat less blown away like the other rooms were, but it's got its scars too. But amazingly, just really, really, really 1935. It's cool the way they just leave it open like that. I mean, there's no ropes or anything. It's just, they just ask people to be respectful, and pretty much everybody is. Some of this stuff got really shot up.
Yeah.
And it looks like a plunger or something.
Pictures are if they were just from that other family.
The wedding.
None of them look very happy.
See this?
Yeah.
This is the plunger that goes up and down.
Yeah, it's for a well, I guess, bringing water up.
You couldn't smile in pictures like that because it was exposed for so long. You had to relax. So that's why everybody looks pissed off in all those old pictures, because they had to. I'm an antique dealer, so I'd buy tons of that stuff. And that's just a common question. Everybody says, why do they look so mad? And it's like, you have to make your face relax because you got to stay in that. You can't do that for a long period of time. This bathroom is just untouched. It's so 1930. It's awesome. I love the handles and the board with the wainscots.
Wow, look at that.
It does. Today's bathrooms, they just try to make them look like these older bathrooms. I love the tile. I love the handles. It's gorgeous. I just love it. I don't think I'd change a thing.
Old.
It's just great. So some of these rooms, right when the house was donated, some kids got in there, and you could see where the patches were in the wall. So they started digging slugs out of the wall. That's why it looks like the Dow Jones averages there. They just got in there with a little knife, and they were digging around and getting the pieces of lead out for our souvenirs. Too bad. But it does kind of show the pattern of the machine gun, which is interesting. They wasted no space on stairways and hallways there. This shelf here. Look at that. Those are a lot harder to make in the 1930s than they are now. It's just hand craftsmanship. It's beautiful. Those folding chairs are modern. They just put them there because people do get tired and they've got to have some place for them to sit down instead of sitting on the rare antiques. I love that table. Cast marble, It's got it all.
You know the area hits $100. Whatever you want, mister.
Some of the original Wickers survived all these years. Which is saying something in Florida because it's so humid there. It pretty much takes its toll on anything made out of wood. Unless it's cypress or cedar or something like that. It's the real deal. What a beauty. Love the legs on that table too. Even the sconces on the wall are really cool. So there's, of course, all this photographic evidence of the family being there at the time, and all the wanted. I mean, they were public enemy number one. You know, and there was so much published about their record, and they were wanted, and the crimes they'd committed. It was a lot for those days. Those photographs are something. Now, it's the front steps of the house here. Look at the Thompson machine guns and bulletproof vests and all the ammunition, the handguns. It looks like a lot for those days, but I swear I know people right now that have more guns than that in their house right now. Look at all that. These guys didn't live long lives, that's for sure. A lot of them were dead in their 30s. Rumor has it that Ma Barker wasn't this crazy gang leader at all. She just, kind of was just kind of like a homemaker. But she knew what the boys did, and she did enjoy the money. She got to live with the nicer things in life. What a gorgeous ceiling light. It's funny the things they had marked, like an original 1930 light switch. I thought that was kind of cute. So some things were there that are maybe a little out of place, but they were in the house when they moved it. They said they moved everything in the house with all the stuff in the drawers and everything. They built a barge and they floated it across Lake Weir to this spot here. Crazy. See? 1930s utensils, or 1920s too, I suppose. They all weren't all brand new that year. But the family that owned it, they did have a modern stove. It's to the right there. It's an electric stove. There were a few things in the house that were modernized over time. But the 99% of the house is just all the original house. Even the shades. Pretty cool. I like that hat tree there. I want to get a better look on it, but they wired that hat on there. I imagine people were probably picking it up to try to put it on and stuff, thinking it might be Ma Barker's. And there's Fallsgraf, and there's stuff. There's some interesting pieces in there. I like the cast iron vents here. But those are kind of cute. The corbels. Old secretary. Really kind of a nondescript secretary. It's pretty basic. I've seen much fancier versions of that same thing. I like the posts. Everything is like integrated into the walls. It's really cute architecture for the dad. Just love it. So there's some pictures right after the shootout, all the holes in the wall, where it was in its original location. Its original location had a servant's quarter, a little servant's house, a little tiny one. Had a garage. There it is on the barge being moved. They had a boathouse. There were some other buildings on the property that stayed in the original property. And that table, you can see the lamp where it's all in the same spot. It's like those bullet holes are right in front of me. See all the patches? Place is all shot up.
There's two bullet holes.
Even the front door was shot up.
The picture shows bullet holes.
They did a pretty good job patching some of the stuff up, and then the other spots, not so much. See on the front door, the 3 bullet holes right over the door handle? Yeah.
For sure right there.
And that's it. Back to work. Goodbye, my Barker house.